we are. Here we are at our annual or somewhat annual chili and salsa tasting.
Guys, what's the name of your team? We're the Red Hots. All right. You're doing a little Googling to
We're doing a little bit of collaboration here.
Okay, but that's good. Well, that's why I've put different people together.
We are Tequila Mockingbird.
All right.
Five Guys Plus.
All right.
The M team. What's the name of our team?
We're the Steve team.
Steve team. All right. Okay.
We're the Dancing Tomatoes.
Excellent. Oh, that's great. Thank you for telling me.
Several people have asked, what do we get from this? What's the prize? And I've had to tell them, your prize is fun. That's your prize.
If you're doing this at home, kids, it's a serious thing.
Serious business.
Take it seriously.
Serious business.
Chunky or thick? No, chunky. Thick or chunky? But
Yeah, I think it's chunky too.
good. All right, rate it. I would give it like a
Yeah. We could do like a 7, 6 or something.
We gotta start on a pretty low level.
What do you think? Okay.
I don't think it's spicy.
Could be vinegar. Like a pineapple.
Yeah, that's right. Like on pineapple or something that you want a little bit of a sweet.
Like on swordfish, you could put a little bit of this on your swordfish.
Something mild that you don't want to overwhelm.
See how you guys like number 3? How's it going?
It's going. A lot of good info on the plate.
We're on salsa number 3. How's this team doing?
good.
Like salsa?
We did pretty good consensus.
Not our favorite.
I see.
I don't think it's peppery.
How are you guys liking salsa number 3?
It's really good.
Wow.
Liking that tomatillo.
Ah.
Yeah, very good.
Okay. How are you guys liking salsa number 3?
It's not my favorite. I mean, I wouldn't buy it, but I would have it.
Not particularly. It's really not a salsa in the same way.
Okay. Well, we'll hear from you then when we're going to report this. Did you name your salsa yet?
We're working on it.
Okay. Got it. Good.
Smoke Master.
Smokestack. Smokehouse.
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 Smoky spa salsa. Oh, I like that. But it has to have smoke in the name. Calming smoke spa salsa.
It's not a lot of flavor.
Put that.
It's just,
Put down like what I would call it flavorless hot salsa.
So now we come to the part where the team captains will represent their team and describe their salsas and try to guess what they are, and then we will reveal the salsa.
Team number 1, tell us your name first. What's the name of your team?
Our team was Tequila Mockingbird.
Woo! Let's hear it.
But, so we thought salsa number 1 was hot. We listed it as in between thick and runny. We tasted pepper, chipotle, onion, tomato. We couldn't really taste anything else. It was hot. We rated it a 5 because it was really hot to taste for flavor, but it would be good with like other side dishes like guacamole and things like that. If we had to name this salsa, we would name it Too Hot to Try.
All right. The team number 2, raise your hand. Raise your hand. All right. So who's your team captain?
That would be me.
What is the name of your team?
It is the Red Hots.
The Red Hots.
Salsa number 1 was hot. It was chunky. The flavor was salty. Oh, we changed.
We overcharged you.
The flavor was salty with pepper and vinegar. We rated it a 4 because it was all heat but no flavor. And we named it Heat Wave.
See, team number 3, they're scattered over here. We've got Leah, we've got Matt, we've got Gary. Who's the team captain? It's Leah. Okay, tell us the name of your team first of all.
The name of our team is Dancing Tomatoes.
Okay.
And we thought salsa number 1 was hot. Surprise, surprise. Chunky. And the flavor was garlic, pepper, onion, tomato, and jalapeno. And the rating, we actually gave it a 7. We thought it was a little too hot, but we still wanted to take a second bite. And the name is Hot Pepper Mama.
Awesome. Wow. Who's the captain?
I'm the captain.
All right, Steven, go for it.
So we're Team Salsa Strong. Hi, everyone.
Salsa strong.
Salsa Strong.
Strong.
Yeah.
Salsa strong.
We thought that sauce number 1 was flaming. It kind of bit our tongue right off the bat, but we gave it a 6 because we thought it could be used in other things, and it was generally a nice salsa to have besides the heat. We thought that was chunky. There's some good bits in there. Compared to some of the other salsas, it had good things in there. We thought it was peppery, vinegary, oniony, and also full of tomato.
All right.
And we named that one Rocket Fuel.
Rocket fuel. Okay. Okay.
So we had a couple ideas. It's either the 3 M's or playing on pop culture, the violent M's.
You gotta make a decision.
You want the
You gotta make a decision. Come on.
We're called the violent M's.
Yeah.
So salsa number 1, we rated as being hot. We were debating on hot or flaming, and we decided on hot. The consistency was chunky. The flavors were salt, garlic, pepper, vinegar, and tomato. We voted it a 4, and the reason was simply too hot. We were going back to when would you serve this at a party? People will just not be able to talk to each other for a solid 5 minutes. And
That's really a good thing.
yeah, the names that we came up for the salsa were either fireman or loudmouth.
Wow. Okay. Excellent. Okay. Salsa number 2.
Salsa number 2, we rated as mild. We thought it was chunky. We tasted sweet, smoky, and tomato. We rated it a 7. It was good, but I like a bite to my tomatoes, so we thought the tomatoes in the salsa were too squishy. We had to name it. We called it Tomato Tomato.
Oh, very creative.
We had mild. This was runny consistency. With our flavors were sweet, chipotle, smoky, and tomatoey. We rated it a 5 because it had good flavor but no heat. And we named it Smoky Marinara.
All right. Wow. Very creative.
Tasted like marinara sauce.
Okay. Very good. Smoky marinara.
Alright, salsa number 2, we said mild, we said chunky. We tasted garlic, smoke, onion, and tomato. We rated it a 9. We all really liked it. We said it was smooth, mild, but flavorful, smoky goodness, and we named it Smokehouse Salsa.
All right. Very good. Excellent.
Coming live, Team Salsa Strong. We got salsa number 2. We thought that was mild. We rated that a 9. We really liked that one. Really a lot of smoke in there. You can have that really anytime. We thought it was smooth and runny. Got some pepper in there, some sweet, some smoke, onion, tomato, and we called that Calming Smoke Spa Salsa.
Ooh. Wow. Nice.
So we're called the violent M's, by the way. We rated number 2 mild. We thought it was a 9. We loved it. We also said it was the tastiest one we tried.
Yeah.
Had a smooth flavor. It had some essences of fruit and salt, chipotle and smokiness, tomato. Keep in mind I'm using the word essences because we really like this one. And because of its cocktaily, flirty kind of flavor, we named it Mild Mary.
All right.
We rated it mild. We said it was runny. Really, all we could get was pepper and lime out of it. We rated it a 3 because it was more of like a sauce that you would put on a taco than a salsa that you would eat with chips. If we had to name the salsa, we would call it baby food.
Okay, so your team number 2, right? I forget.
Oh yeah. As a captain, I'm gonna let one of my teammates explore this one.
Dylan's passing the buck.
So we said it had dull heat.
Dull heat.
Yes, very dull.
Like dull, like no heat.
Yeah.
Not like dull. Not like dull.
Not dull flavor, dull
Not
heat.
dull heat, but dull.
It had a runny consistency. We said that this salsa number 3 was garlicky, it had a lime flavor, and it had cilantro, and it also had nothing because it was not very flavorful. But if it did have something, it would be those 3 flavors.
A hint of nothing.
The essence is nothing.
We gave this salsa a resounding score of 1. Just because it was no flavor, comma, terrible. I wrote that. No flavor, comma, terrible. And we would call this salsa plain Jane.
Back to the dancing tomatoes. Team number 3.
No, I'm fine.
This salsa was mild. It was runny. We also tasted garlic and lime. And we agreed that we didn't really love it that much. We rated it a 4. And we said that it was because it doesn't look like traditional salsa and it tastes dull. And we also had very similar minds as to some other team won and named it Mexican baby food. Isn't that a coincidence?
That means we win, right?
Again from Team Salsa Strong.
Salsa strong.
All right, so we thought this
Salsa
green
strong.
delicacy was a mild type of salsa. It was a little smooth. Got some nice stuff in there, but wasn't exactly chunky. We thought it was lime flavored with some vinegar and tomatillo because it's not tomato, but it was like that green stuff. And we just love protein around here, so we called it green eggs and no ham.
Very good.
Unequivocal to teams 1 and 3 that our name is the Violent M's. Okay.
We're 3M.
They're violent. But so we decided that this salsa was mild. It was smooth and had essences of fruit and salt, smoke and vinegar. We rated it an 8. We liked it, but not as much as salsa 2. And we called it TJ's 3 because it had some, reminiscence of a certain Trader Joe's brand salsa.
Really?
So we called it, and why it was called 3 was because it was the 3rd salsa that was offered. Not to say that the first 2 were from TJ's, but the 3rd one seemed like it was from TJ's.
Interesting.
All right, salsa number 4.
It's a lot worse than that.
We rated it between medium and hot. We said that it was runny with some chunks. We tasted fruit, salt, pepper,
I have that problem.
smoke, and tomato. We rated it an 8. We liked the fruit and that the taste went from the fruity sweet to a little bit of spice and heat. We named this salsa It's Chili Time. No, we named it Salsa's a Beach because we would eat that with chips on a beach. Like have a drink with it. It's a good beachy salsa.
Wow, very creative.
You guys really liked it.
We did.
So we said this was a solid medium heat. The consistency was thick with 3 C's. Thick. Flavor, yes, with C's, 3 C's. Flavor was fruity, it had some salt, pepper. It was very sweet, and it had onion and cilantro. We gave it a 2 because it was too ketchup.
Too ketchup.
Yeah. And our name is Ketchalsa, which is a combination of ketchup and salsa because that's what it was. It was ketchup and salsa.
Okay, all right, thank you.
Someone take over.
Oh!
Designated number
You get it
4
behind
for
now.
the last.
All right, well,
Team, what's your name again?
we are the Dancing Tomatoes.
All right.
I'm Matt.
On the tail.
This salsa number 4 we put as hot. The consistency was chunky. We had fruit, sweet, chipotle, and tomato in it. We gave it a 5. We liked it. We thought I thought it was all right. It was a bit too spicy, and it could have been a little sweeter. We called it hot and tangy.
All right. All right, number 4, team captain.
Team number 4 coming alive. We are Salsa Strong as always. We have not changed. Since 5 minutes ago, we thought this was mild and medium at the same time. It was smooth, but you know, as other teams have said, it had a couple extra chunks in there. We appreciated the pineapple, which is why we thought it was fruity. It was sweet. Had a little oniony and tomato. We had 2 names for this one, so before I announce the names, we thought it was an 8 out of 10, which is what the first team, I believe, also put. 8 out of 10. We put somewhere on a beach salsa because we didn't know exactly which beach.
You guys thought similar too.
But it was somewhere on a beach. And then also maybe specific was cheap beach. Cheap beach vacation salsa.
Toes in the water.
All right, thank you.
So we rated this salsa mild. We thought it was smooth and runny. And we thought it had essences of fruit and pepper and lime and tomato, reminiscent of group 3-1. They called it hot and tangy. We called it sweet.
It happened like 5 seconds ago, bro.
Okay, yeah. I'm getting caught up in the spiciness. We called it sweet and sour. And we rated it a 4. So we weren't. Remember, just like violently trying to like get the salsa on the chip.
That's
I don't know,
where
you guys are pretty violent. Y'all are pretty violent.
What?
Y'all are pretty violent over there.
We are now renaming our group the Peaceful M's.
M&M.
Number two was
Trader Joe's.
the Trader Joe's. I think that was the biggest. Wait, hold on. I'm not. Oh yeah, Trader. I think that was rated overall the best. Number 2, everyone agrees.
Number 2.
All right, Trader Joe's. You like number 1? All right, you like Sadie's?
Yeah.
You like Sadie's? Oh, Sadie's is.
Not Sadie's was number 1, right?
No, but he likes Sadie's.
Oh, yeah,
And anyone else want to name their favorite? Anyone else want to just generally? You don't not representing your team. Just do you have a favorite you'd want to name?
I like tomatillos. I like them a lot. So number 3 was also a favorite.
Green.
I'd like to call out number 3.
And what did you want to name your favorite? Did you one of you say that? I saw a hand raised.
Oh no, I was being silly.
Anybody else name their favorite?
What time is it?
It's hold on.
It's chili time!